here we are again at Elie in 1961. All the actors are the same. Some are a bit bigger. We're all a year older. And some are a bit greyer. As you have seen from our title, we had a lot more wind this year. But let's go back to the beginning. And the beginning, of course, is Cranshaw's Drive, with 3 cars full of everything but the kitchen sink. Michael waiting patiently, eating a biscuit. There goes Elspeth. Michael's still waiting patiently. A visit to the milk bar. The animals haven't forgotten Michael yet. There's nothing like a kiss for starting a friendship. Getting in some practice for the ponies. Yes, here it is, Elie, with sky and sea as blue as ever. Louise is first in the water this year. Isn't that a lovely crawl? Said Elspeth wasn't this year, but Louise thought she should have some sea. Leslie thought it had better come off, though. Michael's approach to the water was much more cautious. Just over the toes is enough for a start. A lick of Leslie's lollipop helps, though. A bit bolder now with a helping hand from Louise. The best way to introduce the children is at Alistair's birthday party, or the morning of Alistair's birthday party. Alistair, Karen, Leslie, and Elizabeth. All having great fun with the new wigwam. Michael's not very sure. Craigton Park, a grand place to visit, when the sun wasn't shining as brightly as usual. Everything for children and grown-ups. The Dutch village, boating, and of course Puffing Billy, a great thrill for the children, being towed behind a real tractor. The cameraman took a ride too, and this is what he saw.
knocking at the door of the gnome's house. And here's another thrill. A trip on a toy railway to fairyland. Leslie looking very thoughtful about it all. Yes, there it is, Fairyland Station. Leslie thought she'd better take Michael to see too. And Elspeth and Nana waiting for them in the station. And on sunnier days, here is everyone on the beach. George and Margaret and Fiona and Michael having more fun with an old Lux carton than with all the spades and pails in Elie. This is the first time Fiona's seen the beach. Leslie thought it was time she made friends with Nicky, and the best way to make friends with Nicky is to throw stones in the water for him. Now, if I could just get this deck chair in the right spot. Over here, I think, might do it. Near these grown-ups. Yes, that's fine. Or is it? Is it sheltered enough? Well, yes, maybe it'll do after all. All these women are always bothering me on the beach. On days when perhaps the wind was blowing a bit too strongly, we could spend the afternoon in front of Sandford Cottage, and Elspeth tries on a jumper that Janie's knitting for Louise. To watch the patterns of the wind on the grass. Or the grace and beauty of a seagull in flight against the blue sky. Leslie with her pail. And Michael and Alistair join in the fun too. Even Elie knows his need blown. Oh yes, the ponies. This was Michael's first year on them. What's this? Mr. Haig actually leading one of his own ponies. Yes, it really is Mr. Haig. pass it over for another day. Alistair and Leslie go back to Sandford Cottage, hand in hand. Help! These women bothering me again! Michael thought it was time he made friends with Nicky too. There's nothing like a sweetie share to start a friendship. You know, one leak each. Here, Nicky, it's Michael you're supposed to be making friends with, not Elspeth. I don't know what Nicky'll say about that weight on his back. Michael thinks it's some new kind of pony, perhaps. Louise thought it was time that some man-sized or woman-sized sandcastles were made on the beach. There now, isn't that a beauty? And Michael can demolish it just as quickly as the small ones. There's only one thing for it: make a sandcastle out of Michael. Leslie went for a pony ride one day and had a donkey ride instead. And the donkey had a baby donkey called Bambi. And halfway through the ride, Bambi decided it was time for tea, and of course everything stops for tea. Leslie was delighted. Yes, this was Bambi, favourite with all the children at Elie this year. Nearby Pittenweem to see the fishing boats coming in. These boats came in, unloaded their catch and were out again within the hour.
Down by the river where the boats come in. And when the boats come in, I run to him with open arms. Although he's on the shore, his heart is still 100 miles at sea. But then he kisses me, and I can tell he's mine once more. All night I hold him tight, he's mine until the dawn. Then when the fishing boats go out again, he's gone away, and I pray all through the day that he'll return and make my life begin. And when his boat comes in, I run to him with open
We had Colin down for the day, and he and Louise had a rare game of beach cricket. Louise's bowling was more suitable to baseball than cricket, but it didn't matter. Colin hit a six anyway. Michael wondered about joining in. And who's this dashing Romeo on the beach? Aha! I have you in my power. Nana thought she'd better go up to the town to post a letter and get away from these young rakes. And here are all the children playing with sand and spades on the beach as children should. Michael thought he might have a game of ball while all this was going on. Or perhaps explore the foreshore. With a helping hand from Elspeth. Exploring in rock pools was a great interest to Leslie this year. Whoops, careful. And this looks like something very interesting.
Crazy way she thrills me, tell you why. Just like a lightning from the sky. She loves to kiss me till I can't see straight. He, my lollipop, is great. I call him lollipop, 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 lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, lolly, lolly.
And now it's time for the last trek, all the way from the beach to the quarry. Leslie and Louise, Michael and Elspeth, and Nana and Mr. Haig, taking the chance of a last crack for this year. Up over the golf course, oh, and there's Bambi, who'll be a lot bigger this time next year. and over the quarry, nearly the end of the trek, and nearly the end of another lovely holiday at Elie.